Hello, everybody. It's Muriel again with True Samaritan CPR. So, today I'm going to talk about some things that I wish I didn't do becoming a CPR instructor. One thing I wish that I didn't do was I wish I wasn't so shy at first. I was shy. I think, people seeing me in a different light versus, maybe just being their nurse or their sister or their mom or their friend or, whatever it is. I think I was shy to show, this new thing that I found, this new, passion, because you start things sometimes and it may not work or it may only be, for a season. So many of you all probably don't know this. I don't know that anybody knows this, but I used to bake. I still bake. People still call me and ask me, hey, can you make me a pound cake or a red velvet cake or, whatever. And I used to bake. And I mean, I probably still would have a bakery if it will, if somebody said, hey, it's all yours. I love to bake and I love to cook, but I was baking, for years, and I had clientele and everything, but that season had passed in my life. So, you're going from one venture to the other. You're just trying to find yourself, and that's okay. And trying to introduce something else can seem, intimidating because you're like, probably people are going to be thinking, oh, here she is with, something else, something new. But listen, stick with it, okay? There's no rule in life saying that you only have to do one thing or that you only have to stick to one thing. So go for it, go big or go home, okay? I wish I talked about it more in the beginning, like I said, instead of being so shy about it. I wish I was more selective with my training center. And what happened with me was I decided, okay, what can I do as a nurse that I can have my own business and I really kind of like training and teaching people. So my answer was CPR. All right. So I figured out what I wanted to do, but now where do I go to even start this? I could hardly find anything online. The closest that I found to me was in Jacksonville, and I called places and they wouldn't return my phone calls or my emails or whatever. So then I found a training center that responded. Great, I'm glad they responded and they were good for the time, that I was with them. But some of my needs kind of outgrew what they were offering or the way they were offering it or the way I needed it, however you want to put it. But I saw some things that just wasn't working for me anymore. So I decided to move training centers, and I am pleased. But what it did was it showed me what I liked and what I didn't like and what I needed, to function or to feel successful, to feel supported, as a as an instructor. And that's very important, especially like in the early ages. But there are some things that I did learn, so invaluable information. That is why, I made the video about being selective when it comes down to your training center. Okay. Another thing that I wish I didn't do, I wish that I wasn't scared to take certain risks. Sometimes, I was scared. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure, if I could do it. Just believing, in myself more. That confidence comes across to other people as well. So I wish I was more confident in the beginning. Another thing that I wish that I didn't do or should have done was not market, but network. So networking is absolutely critical. It is a must. I don't care what people tell you. Sometimes who you know makes the biggest difference in the world, or oh yeah, I've seen you, or so and so has told me about you. That has been that has been how I've got one of my longest running, clients is networking. Somebody introduced, well, actually, one of my friends shared um, one of my posts, and that's how that person found us, or that company found us, and they've been utilizing us, ever since. So I wasn't posting as much, but I'm glad that I posted because that led to something else. And another thing is, at first you see other people doing this and doing that, and it's working for them. So you kind of mimic what you see because it's working for them. But I had to learn how to be me. Okay, and that's hard because you're like, I don't think people are really gonna want to talk to me because I might have a lisp, or I look up a whole lot, or I may talk with, my hands. But I had to learn how to be apologetically me in my classes, on the camera, while I'm networking and while I'm talking to people. Because just like we were talking about the bread earlier, it is so many loaves on the shelf. But what makes me like this bread over the other? Maybe I like a bread that's a little bit thicker. Maybe, I want to be kind of choked up when it goes down, or I want to be able to smack. Whatever works for you. So to each his own. Everybody likes different things. Some people will like your personality, your style of teaching, and some people will not, and that is okay. And that also taught me kind of, about my clientele too. So there are some clients that I'm really not going to market to so much. Now, if they come to us, of course, yes, great. But me, just like my certain areas, maybe not so much. It taught me that as well, just to be me, and that has worked out very well. There will be a part two to this, okay? But if you are still here with me, comment below some of the things that you wish you didn't do in the beginning, that you learned that you should have done. It was okay. All right, guys. Hope you learned something from this. Bye.